Hello, everyone. I think we just started. Okay, good. I'm here today. Hi, I'm Blake Bussey. I'm with Woofsa, and I'm here today with Gabriel and Mariana of Golden Flowers. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Wonderful. So far, so good.
So far, so good. That's great.
Beautiful sun shining uh, noon in Miami.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So you are in Miami, and you're lucky that it's sun shining because it's like 20 degrees here in
Sorry
Maryland.
about that.
And I'm
But I
wearing a
mean,
turtleneck.
yeah, you are. Yeah. What's up with that?
I
What is
get cold
that?
really easily.
No,
It's cold for us right
actually
now.
was very low temperature and cloudy in the morning, all morning, and just open up. Just because we
Oh,
are on this live streaming, so
Yeah, the sun came out.
yeah.
I
That's wonderful. I have fluorescent light,
love
so which is great.
it.
Not really. But I'm really glad you guys were able to take the time out today and speak to me. I really appreciate it. I mean, this initiative is fantastic, and we're going to get into it a little bit more and how Gabriel this idea kind of came about. But please let our viewers know like who you both are, your roles with Golden Flowers, your jobs. What do you do? We all want to hear. We all want to know.
okay. Well, let me start saying that I am in Golden Flowers. I'm the director of the orchestra. So my duty is to help all the musicians play and make their piece in the orchestra the best way possible. So the music sounds really good. And in other terms. I am in charge of helping everybody to bloom as they work in our team to be able to accomplish what we all do. And in another way, if I tell you when somebody asks me what do I do,
Yeah.
I normally answer that I help people express feelings. And some immediately said, so you are a psychologist? And I say, no. I I do this. I help people express feelings with flowers.
Yes.
That's what I do for the last 30 years.
Wow.
Do you want
What
me
is?
to go?
Please.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so my name's Mariana. I've been in Golden for since 2015. I do all the digital marketing. I also, yeah, I also, so
Marketing.
yeah, anything you see on
Woo!
social media, anything on our blog, newsletter, website is all me. And I also handle all of the community outreach. So, any requests or any projects or collaborations that we're working on, I usually take the lead on that. So, yeah,
Oh,
that's basically it.
that's fantastic. I mean, what do you guys? What about this industry that really like drew you to it? I'm curious, just myself. Like, what got you into expressing feelings with flowers?
Well, I got involved in the flower business many years ago, indirectly, and about 30 years ago, completely involved and immersed in the floral industry here in the States. And I always use flowers before getting in the industry
Yeah.
to show my appreciation to the people that I care, starting initially with my mother, for example, and then with my wife,
Mm.
and always use flowers to express my feelings. So I believe that that would be something that is kind of the the main reason we work in our company, and with our team we put together this concept ago or something like that. We said, instead of just keeping it for golden, let's do something that is generic for the industry. So we offer the industry to use this slogan or idea all over. So and we keep working on that.
Yeah.
Um,
And
that's
I
kind.
guess it's the same. I grew up with flowers. I love flowers, and it kind of
Yeah.
drew me in. Just being able to work with people that appreciate the process and what it takes for one flower to get into the hands of someone else. I think is really
Ah,
important. It's not easy. So I
you are
think that
absolutely right.
yeah.
And connecting that comment of Mariana with this idea of an industry that is full of great, good human beings in every sense. A lot of good friends that I have been able to get through these years. So make it really something very, very nice, very, very um, good for all of us.
Absolutely. Well, that's wonderful. I mean, for me, I had never worked in the industry until now, and just seeing how the process is in the floral industry, like you would never know like what goes
Yeah.
into it. And so it's so intriguing to me to have these conversations with our members and how, yeah, there are challenges, yeah, depending upon the time of year, like, we might have our ups and downs. But at the end of the day, like it's all worth it because we're getting flowers into the hands of millions of people, and it really is changing lives. So yes, that's what this movement is really going to be about as well. But first, what is your background with Woofsa? Obviously, Gabriel, you are the president of Woofsa, which is an amazing feat. Congratulations, if I've not said that before, but that's fantastic. And Mariana, you are on our marketing committee,
I am my first year.
your first year, so and that's all amazing. So if you guys can tell me how you got involved with Woofsa, your experiences with us, FDC, DevX, whatever it may be.
Okay, I would say that we started being member of Woofsa about 30 years ago. When I started in Golden, I believed it was important to be part of Woofsa. And my first good experience, meaning good experience as an experience,
Yeah,
was participating in at that time it was called the Management Institute, that after the years evolved into DevEx.
yeah,
So I went to Ithaca in New York for a meeting, and I met many of the members and friends that we have, and even our members of the board. For example, Tim Dewey. I think the first time I went to the Management Institute, we went together, and maybe it
nice.
was his first one too, and it was a very very interesting experience. Uh, Starting with getting from Miami to Ithaca, that takes about a day, full day, because it's connecting, and then after connecting,
Oh,
driving, and finally we got there, and it was really nice. And through the years, I would say Golden, uh, as our main dedication in the industry is to fill or mm, um, provide flowers to the wholesalers.
yes.
So we believe that it was very important to be part of Woofsa and support many of the initiatives in through the years. So I was a member of the board years ago,
Yeah.
and because of that participation in the Management Institute is the main reason a team came to me a few years ago and said, can you come back to the board and help us and lead later the board? And here I am.
Yeah.
Uh, that's that's
It's
uh,
amazing.
that's part of it. Yes.
Yeah, I don't have as much experience with FDC or Woofsa, but I love it and I think it's great to connect with our customers and connect with people that, support the industry. So it's an awesome opportunity, definitely.
Fantastic. And Mariana, were you at FDC last year?
I was not,
You
I
were.
was
Okay, great.
not, but I will be in 2022. So
Oh,
catch
perfect.
me there.
Oh my God, I can't wait. FDC, March 7th through the 9th. Be there.
It will be fun.
Just a quick one. But that's great. So, and with your experiences with WFSA, new exciting movement has come about, Gabriel. And you already mentioned expressing feelings with flowers, but we really have come a long way with this new campaign, the Flower Movement,
Mhm.
hashtag One Flower Family.
Yes.
And can you just give a quick, a brief explanation of like how this kind of came about?
Sure. Um, Through all these 30 years from the beginning, I started visiting customers in many
Mhm.
parts of the country, and many of them that uh, is a tough job, and I admire their tenacity and their uh, hard work. Many of them
Yeah.
used to say to me, "Well, I don't want my kids to be in the industry. I don't want them to suffer what I have to suffer because it's tough. We have to start early in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning, and work hard hours, and it's tough, and it's tough." And I keep saying, "Is I understand it's tough. Uh, in a way, every single job is tough in a
Yeah,
certain way.
absolutely.
But I also believe that it was so good what we do in the industry for people that I always push them back and say, hey, but you should feel what you do well. So through this, all the time, I was having that in my mind. And in my speech, when I got president of the board last year, I mentioned to the audience, to everybody that was participating, that what one of the things that I wanted to do with everybody was the flower movement initiative, and show how important is what we do, feel proud of what we do in our business, connect with others, integrate others, make others be part of our movement. And it was just words that today I'm very happy to say that with the help of a lot of people, we were able to put it together. But I want to say something that is also important.
Yeah.
We with Mariana, we said, okay, let's get together and think about this initiative, uh, because my words were words. It was kind of a promise, and many presidents, the inauguration, they talk about things. Not I'm not talking about politics, but presidents in general.
Yeah.
And then what happens in execution? And I didn't want that my words were just words, so I said, let's work together. So we spent few sessions in organizing ideas and
Yeah.
the concept, and saying, okay, what could be good. I did check with other associations and other members of the industry in different fields, their ideas and their comments on this concept, and we put it together. And I want to thank Mariana for helping us to look into this as the grassroots approach, because I
Yes.
think that's the key here. Everybody can be part of it, everybody can participate, and
Yeah.
not only enjoy what all of us are doing or will do, but also get enthusiastic and inspired of what everybody can see is happening around. So that's kind of the the starting, and then the board, the executive committee accepted, the board embraced it, and you guys in the staff in Woofsa, Dominic, and the committees are really
We're excited.
excited and working to make it happen, and
Absolutely.
it's happening.
It absolutely is. And I heard of, when I heard of the movement and how we could actually, make it happen, I immediately was like, well, the only way we can do this and to get everyone on board with this is to actually have the attention of our members and the support of the entire community. So like, that's why I wanted to do and bring you guys onto this to kind of like really just talk about it and at least just keep the conversation going, because this is something different for the floral industry. And I know it's like a new thing and it's kind of scary, but we are very much like building out this movement, and we have some really exciting things coming, that we're gonna all discuss later. That's gonna be really good, and so I'm just really excited that you guys are excited, and that Gabriel, you were able to come up with this vision and then really be able to really enact it, because the floral industry definitely needs this. So
100%, I agree. Yeah.
So one of the parts of the floral movement is to kind of bring awareness to the things our members are doing in their communities, to express love with flowers. And so being that you both are with Golden Flowers, what is it that you guys, are there any like social activism initiatives you guys have going, or are you guys just doing something internally with your employees, like anything that you'd like to share?
I think we're doing both. I think before 2019, our like community outreach, social, the business was very passive. Once we kind of like looked into, I go to the farms a lot, so I get to spend time with the people there and talk to them, and just getting close to them and having conversations with them. It was really interesting to see that not only were they in love with what they did because it's flowers and they love flowers and the whole process was so amazing, but they loved what they did because of the benefits and the opportunities that they were getting through the farms. So I came back and kind of with Gabriel had a conversation like, I love this side of it, but what about us as floral leaders in the industry? What are we doing for our own community? So that kind of spearheaded this community outreach program, and we started our like first formal partnership with a foundation called La Casita Foundation here in Miami, and they work with women and families. They provide meals, they provide support, and one of the workshops that they had was a floral arrangement workshop. So we were like, we're all in, we'll donate money. And they're like, no, we actually need product. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we started donating product every week. And then it just got really cool because we were able to go and be part of the workshop and help the women and see the women grow with their skills and get to know them and meet the teachers. So it just became something that was like super interesting, not only to me, but also Juliana, my colleague, who was also helping me with this, just to see like what, small thing, how it grew and how we were making an impact and how we felt good about it, not because we were doing something good, but because we actually were enjoying it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So then from there, obviously, the pandemic, we had to take everything online. These women are just amazing. They were able to figure it out. Zoom, like you have 40 women connecting, getting their flowers beforehand, creating their arrangements.
Nice.
And then there was just more opportunities there. People started contacting us for flowers. We started creating better relationships. We've been part of amazing, community efforts like the Christmas drive and the Thanksgiving drive, where it's not just flowers. It's people from, the food industry. There's people from, we even had people donating free gifts. Like it just became kind of like very natural for people to help each other within our community.
Yeah.
And I think what I love the most about it is that, Golden has only so much that we can do, obviously because of budgets and, we can't do everything, but because we're joining forces with other people, it's just creating so much momentum. And it's just something that could have affected 20 families is now affecting 300 families. So I think that's probably our story with helping, and starting things off and doing community outreach. I think that is what has, started going on. And obviously we have so many things planned for this coming year. And I'm just really excited to just continue working with these amazing community leaders, because we're not just talking about organizations. We're talking about people that just, we're like, you know what? my community doesn't have the help, I'm gonna make it happen. And contacting, and then all of a sudden you're getting a call from someone in, like, I don't know, Little Havana or Liberty City that needs help. If we can help, we're there. And I think that's the beauty
Absolutely.
of it.
Oh, I mean, that's the wonderful impact that you guys are creating. Just curious question, how did it come about for that specific organization? Did that just kind of fall in your lap?
It did because my amazing mother volunteers there.
Oh my God, I love
So
that.
yeah, so I was actually we were having I think it was a Friday night. We were
Yeah.
having a talk with with Gabriel and my mom, and I was just like, oh, like I want to do more. And then my mom's like, wait a minute, why don't you help us? And I'm like, okay.
Absolutely.
So I had a conversation with the founder,
Yeah,
and that's one of the other things that I learned about this journey of community outreach. You as an organization might think you know what the person needs,
right.
but you need to have that conversation. And then you realize, wait, I was never going to offer flowers. I thought flowers, like I always work with flowers. It's not necessary, but that's the
Right.
one thing that they needed the most.
Absolutely.
So that
Oh,
was exciting. Yeah.
I mean, that was great that ended up being the relationship ended up being there. Like
Mhm.
it's so unexpected that yeah, I just was gonna give you money, but but really, what we actually gave you is something so much more
Exactly.
valuable.
Yeah, I know. And then like you use, you can, share that content on social media, and then you get other people like, hey, like I'm a florist in Milwaukee. I'm, helping this organization. Is there any way, you can help me? Let me connect you with our wholesaler. Let me see how we can do it. It just creates momentum.
Yes, that's great. Oh my
I
gosh.
love that.
So you definitely have to like give me a link or something to this organization.
For sure. I will
You know,
send you all the info.
I would love to share that with our members and just be like,
Amazing, yeah.
Golden Flowers is doing this. Like, we have so many members in Miami too. Like,
Yeah,
so
no. And
really fantastic.
another great example of even our community within the flower industry coming together was in the summer, this summer, there was like a huge like collapse of a building in Surfside, which was completely tragic. And
Here
then
in here
here in
in Florida.
Miami, yeah.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was horrible. But the one thing that came out of it was a bunch of flower companies started donating flowers because this one man was like, I'm going to create a mural or like a memorial with flowers. So
Oh,
then he got involved with Flowers for Heroes, which is like an organization that started during the pandemic.
okay.
And it's a firefighter, frontline workers to like donate flowers. And we got involved with him and we helped with the mural. And it was just like so beautiful to see. Really, I mean, obviously super tragic, but people needed that.
Yeah.
Not just, the rescue workers, but the community.
Yeah.
So like you saw people coming in with their own flowers, buying them and putting them, but also like truckloads of like, our industry peers coming in and donating flowers. So that's another example that I think is just, it shows that not just for positivity, but for healing is someone's
Absolutely.
worth. So yeah.
Yeah, because flowers aren't just like pretty to look at. Like everyone thinks that like, at like a funeral service, like you get flowers and they're just meant to like make everything look good. But no, at the end of the day, they really actually like, set a precedent for feeling, at peace and calm. And, I know like for me personally, um, my grandfather died and we were gifted from somebody a beautiful flower arrangement. And I was like, this is so amazing. I'm like, I need to keep this. So now to this day, I still have that flower
Oh, beautiful.
arrangement because it reminds me of him. So, they
Yeah.
just have so much value. And I'm so happy that Golden Flowers is doing that undertaking, that these different initiatives and social activism. It's fantastic.
One extra comment there, Blake,
Yeah,
is that part of the activities that we do with some of these programs are funded by us in terms of,
Very important.
let's say, okay, we have to give the flowers, but the flowers
sure.
has a cost, so we pay for the flowers to
Yeah.
the farms. But many of our customers are involved in that process because
Hmm.
every month what we do is uh,
We do like a promotion or something. For example, if we're promoting a specific color, if you buy this color this month, 10% of the proceeds goes to this organization. So it's also getting them involved. It's
And
also allowing them to be a part of it.
oh, that's
So
fantastic. What a great idea.
A
Like, oh
little
my
goes a
God,
long way.
it does. And I mean,
Seriously, common effort.
because it's hard to just, front everything from, your pocket,
Yeah.
like you need the help of your peers, your community, your customers. I mean, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Good ideas.
Now, this is like I like this question just because, some people might not know where to start when it comes to this kind of stuff. So could you, either one of you, give any advice to our other, wholesale floral suppliers, any of our members, non-members, is that you could give like any advice on getting the ball rolling, or
I think the best advice would probably to like reach out to other people that you see that are already doing this. For example, if I get someone in the industry, customer, non-customer, colleague or not, that wants to, have more information how to get started, email us, DM us. Like we're here to help. Like this is not about competition. It's about coming together and getting that information out there. Some of us are already doing it and we don't even know. Like some organizations are already like involved in things, but maybe the sales team doesn't know, or maybe the shipping team doesn't know. Like if we like talk about it, maybe, oh, okay, I want to get involved in this, etc. And then I mean, just a great example of how just reaching out to people goes a long way. Send flowers to Greenwood. That happened in May of 2021. It was like an initiative from two, well, I think it's three sisters, but Leah and Lauren, Black from I think the Wild Mother. They started an initiative to bring flowers to Greenwood. And they contacted all of their contacts, got sponsorships from farms, got sponsorships from wholesalers, a bunch of people. But I was contacted by a floral designer that was helping them procure those donations. And so like you see, and then when I was shipping the flowers, we were able to send them through a customer, Valley Floral. So it was just like seeing from the growers to the importers to the suppliers to distributors, all the way down to, even the like consumers were helping. Like that was just one of those great examples of just communication is key, education is key, talking to your staff about what you're doing. They might want to get involved.
Oh yeah.
We sometimes take it for granted because we're working nonstop 24/7 with flowers, and we forget how amazing these products are and how they can change people's lives.
Absolutely.
That if you kind of refresh that and you have those conversations with your team, one person might call you up and be like, hey, that volunteer thing that you're doing next week, I want to be involved.
Absolutely. And you're like, oh shoot, okay.
We
Like
need help. We need help.
we need help.
So I think that to me is probably one of the best advice, is just start talking to people.
Yeah.
And another one is for us, the ones that are in this streaming and others that will see it later, is to just to share with others, with the friends, with the colleagues, what is happening here, what the flower movement is about, and then just follow examples. We are going to have, and I don't know if you are going to mention something, but we are going to have a data bank of videos that are participating in the flower movement, that are available for others to watch, to see, to just let's say do it as others have done it. So we are sure that very soon a lot of information will be available for all of us to use it and take the baton and move on. Another good point is this evolves, and this movement gather every, as Mariana just mentioned, every member of the industry in every part of the chain of distribution.
Absolutely.
That is great because we are.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, you guys. I mean, it's insane. Like that we can actually like really come together and make these things happen.
Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest takeaways for me in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh. So, again, I mentioned before keeping the conversation going, and I did give you guys an assignment to challenge another Woofsa member to participate in our One Flower Family movement by, hopping on this, live with me. And then talking and getting the conversation, going and really promoting our campaign. So that way we can really push it out there. So
Eh,
who did you challenge?
just one, or can I?
No, just one. Just
Yeah,
keep it at
I mean,
one.
one or
No,
two.
no, just
You
kidding,
can
just
you can
kidding.
do
No, no.
two.
I have one, and I want to challenge DWF, Denver Wholesale Florist,
Yeah.
and specifically Dave Legg, their president. Um, we had talked in the past. Actually, they had been really a very good member of the board. He was the treasurer for a few years, even more than what is the normal term. And their company have been always supporting Woofsa. We have Erin, part of the um, education committee.
Yep.
So they are involved with Woofsa, and I think this is a great opportunity for them to also uh, be challenged to
Yeah.
participate.
Oh, that's great. Okay, well, I have noted that. So I will definitely get in contact with them and I will have a chat with them and I will grill them. Um, No, not never that. But any before we hop off, actually we're like perfect on time. Do you guys have anything else to note or plug or anything else you may want to let our viewers know?
I just want to mention that all the committees in WUPSA, the education committee and the marketing committee members, as well as the board members and the staff, has been really working hard for this movement to take off. We are doing it, and I want to congratulate everybody and thank everybody for that, and many good things to see and
Oh
and
yes,
share.
And
absolutely.
then I guess just if anyone out there is needs help and wants to, reach out to me, you can DM us at Golden Flowers Miami on Instagram. And I'm happy to, put you in contact, give you some resources. I believe in this, not because not just because I'm in the in the industry, just because I think that flowers are very powerful, and we've seen in the last 2 years how powerful and how they evoke emotions and the effect that they have on people. So even if it's an internal activity, even if it's a drive, every little thing counts. And I think the more we do little things, the more we can grow and learn from each other's experiences. So always happy to connect and help people out, figuring out what they want to do, what causes they want to, champion. So yeah, that's basically it.
That's
And
great.
a couple last words. One is I noticed the previous two live sessions you had
Yeah.
were talking with people at farms. So I didn't want to talk too much about it. But for us, that is a key part of the whole movement,
Yeah.
because behind us, the farms and the people that are in the farms producing the flowers are really, really very important, very, very important for the whole movement.
They make it happen.
They do.
That's exactly right. And the other point is not only outreach, what we have to do as members, and as you mentioned, okay, what we will say to other members to do is also realize internally that of what we do in every company is important. So I invite the executive of the company members to take a break once a month and for 20, 30 minutes, talk to your people and tell them what we do as industry, as a company,
The
and how
benefits.
we touch lives of people
Yeah.
and the importance of our work. And that
Absolutely.
creates more enthusiasm and energy around the movement and the companies.
Yes, yes. Preach. Yes.
Preach.
I love what you said about the farms because that is so. I mean, it's so accurate. I mean, like it wouldn't be in our hands if it weren't for our farms. So
Amazing people. They deserve all the credit and more.
man, I really, really want to go to one. So like, I am praying, hoping, fingers crossed, I get to go to one eventually. I was invited to Colombia already, so I'm like on a plane real soon.
Yes. We have
As
to
soon
make
as
it happen.
COVID calms down, it's happening. It's happening. So I just want to say, just to wrap it up, thank you both so much for coming on. I will post this to all of our platforms. I'll even provide you with the video, Mariana, so you can share the video too.
Awesome.
And to express yourself with flowers, always.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, Blake.
Thank you
See
so
you
much.
guys.
It was
Take
great
care.
seeing you.
Good to see you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.